Stop everything you are doing right now. Put down whatever is in your hands. Close the other tabs. Silence the distractions. This message was not an accident. Out of 7 billion souls walking this earth at this very moment, out of countless videos and countless words and countless voices competing for your attention, this specific message found its way to you. Do not scroll past this. Do not dismiss this as coincidence. Do not convince yourself that this is just another video that will say nice things but change nothing. I need you to understand something that will alter the trajectory of your entire existence in ways your human mind cannot yet comprehend. Exactly 72 hours from this very moment, a door that has been sealed shut for 7 long years is about to swing wide open. I am not speaking in metaphors. I am not giving you poetry or pretty words designed to make you feel temporarily better. I am giving you a divine appointment that was written into the fabric of eternity before you took your first breath on this earth. 3 angels have been stationed at your doorstep since 3:14 this morning. You did not see them with your physical eyes. You did not feel their presence in any tangible way. But they have been there, working silently, preparing the atmosphere around your life for what I am about to release into your reality. Listen to me carefully. The enemy tried to kill you 4 times this year alone. You thought it was stress. You thought it was anxiety keeping you up at night. You thought it was just life being difficult, just the normal struggles that everyone faces. But I am telling you right now, with absolute certainty, there were assassination attempts on your purpose that I personally intervened to stop. That moment when you almost gave up completely. That night when the darkness felt so thick you could barely breathe. That morning when you questioned whether any of this was worth continuing. Those were not random moments of weakness. Those were coordinated attacks designed to take you out before you could step into what I have prepared for you. You woke up today feeling different, did you not? There was a stirring in your spirit that you could not explain with logic or reason. Something told you to pay attention today. Something whispered to your soul that today was not ordinary. Something inside you knew that the atmosphere around your life had shifted in ways you could not articulate. That was me. That was my voice breaking through the noise of your busy mind to prepare you for this exact conversation we are having right now. My beloved child, I have watched you suffer in silence. I have seen you cry yourself to sleep when you thought no one in the entire universe was watching. I have witnessed the long nights when you questioned if I was even real. I have heard every single prayer you whispered into your pillow at 2 in the morning, when the weight of your world felt completely unbearable. The tears that soaked your pillow, the prayers that felt like they were going nowhere, the desperate pleas for help that seemed to echo into emptiness. I was there for every single one of them. You thought I was not listening. You thought your prayers were bouncing off the ceiling and falling back down without ever reaching heaven. You believed the enemy's lie that I had abandoned you, that I had grown tired of your struggles, that I had moved on to someone more worthy of my attention and my love. But let me tell you what was really happening in those moments. Every single tear that fell from your eyes was collected in a sacred vessel. Not one drop hit the ground without purpose and meaning. I have been using your pain as a weapon against the very forces that tried to destroy you. Every moment of suffering was being transformed into ammunition for your breakthrough. The sleepless nights when you stared at the ceiling, wondering if tomorrow would ever be any different than today. The mornings when you had to force yourself out of bed because the sheer exhaustion of just existing felt completely overwhelming. The moments when you smiled in public, but absolutely crumbled in private because you did not want anyone to see how truly broken you felt inside. I saw all of it, every single moment, every hidden tear, every silent scream, every broken piece of your shattered heart. My precious one, let me tell you about the battlefield you have been surviving without even knowing you were at war. 3 specific demons were assigned to your bloodline, not random attacks sent by a disorganized enemy, not general warfare that targets everyone equally. These were tactical assignments with your name specifically written on them. These were strategic operations designed with one purpose in mind: to destroy you before you could fulfill the calling I placed on your life. The first demon was assigned to destroy your finances and keep you trapped in a never-ending cycle of lack and struggle. Every time you started to get ahead, something would happen. Every time you thought you had finally broken through, another expense would appear. This was not coincidence. This was warfare. The second demon was assigned to isolate you from anyone who could genuinely help you rise to the level I designed you to reach. Relationships would end suddenly without explanation. People who could have opened doors for you would somehow never enter your path. Those who did enter your life often turned out to be wolves dressed in sheep's clothing. This was not bad luck. This was strategy from the pit of hell. The third demon was assigned to make you believe that your best days were already behind you, to whisper in your ear that you had missed your window, to convince you that others might receive blessing and breakthrough, but you had somehow been passed over, to make you feel old before your time, finished before you even really started. You thought it was just bad luck when that opportunity fell through at the last moment. You thought it was your own fault when that relationship ended and left you questioning everything about yourself. You thought you were just an unlucky person when door after door slammed in your face just as you were about to walk through. But it was none of those things. It was warfare, pure, calculated, intentional spiritual warfare against everything I placed inside of you. The enemy does not waste resources on people who pose no threat to his kingdom. The level of attack you have experienced is directly proportional to the level of purpose you carry. The enemy saw your potential before you ever did. He saw what I was building in you before you could even imagine it for yourself. And he panicked. He launched a full-scale assault on every area of your life because he knew that if you ever woke up to who you really are, if you ever stepped into the fullness of your identity, his kingdom would tremble and everything he had built would begin to crumble. My dear child, let me show you what really happened in the spiritual realm during your darkest seasons. That betrayal you experienced 3 years ago, the one that still keeps you up some nights, the one that left scars so deep you were not sure they would ever heal. You thought it was just a cruel person doing cruel things because that is what cruel people do. But let me pull back the curtain and show you the truth. The enemy used that person as a weapon because he saw that you were about to step into a season of unprecedented favor. He needed to wound you deeply enough to make you retreat from the very things that were about to bless you. He needed to plant seeds of distrust that would keep you from receiving what I was preparing to give you. And for a while, his strategy worked. You pulled back from relationships. You stopped trusting people who were actually trying to help you. You built walls so high and so thick that even my blessings had difficulty reaching you. You told yourself that you were protecting your heart from further pain, but really, you were imprisoning your destiny behind barriers of your own making. That season of isolation was not my plan for you. It was the enemy's plan that I had to work around, and I did work around it. I found ways to reach you even behind those walls. I sent people who were persistent enough to not give up on you even when you tried to push them away. My treasured one, the rejection you faced was not because something was wrong with you. That job that did not hire you despite you being the most qualified candidate, that relationship that ended without any real explanation, that friendship that dissolved right when you needed it the most, that family member who turned their back on you when you were at your absolute lowest point. None of it was about your worth. None of it was because you were not good enough. None of it was evidence that you are somehow less valuable than other people who seem to have an easier path through life. It was divine redirection disguised as rejection. I closed those doors because I could see what was behind them. My vision is not limited by time and space the way yours is. I could see the destruction waiting on the other side of what you thought you wanted. I could see the pain that would have multiplied exponentially if I had given you what you begged me for in those desperate prayers. That relationship you prayed and fasted for me to save. The one where you bargained with me, made promises, pleaded with everything in you. If I had allowed it to continue, you would be in a hospital bed right now instead of receiving this message. The toxicity that you could not see because love had blinded your eyes would have poisoned every single area of your life until there was nothing left of the person I created you to be. The abuse would have escalated. The manipulation would have deepened. And by the time you finally saw the truth, the damage would have taken decades to undo. I saved you from that, not by removing your desire, but by removing the object of your desire before it could destroy you. You cursed me for it at the time. You questioned my goodness. You wondered if I even cared about your happiness at all. But you are alive today to receive this message because I loved you enough to break your heart in order to save your life. That job you prayed for with such intensity and desperation, the one that seemed perfect in every way. If I had allowed you to get it, you would have been trapped in a system designed to drain your creativity and crush your spirit. The salary would have been good. The title would have impressed your friends and family. But the cost would have been your health, your peace, your purpose, and eventually, your very soul. The corruption in that organization would have pulled you into things that would have permanently stained your conscience. I protected you by closing that door, not because I wanted to deny you provision, but because I had better provision waiting for you. Provision that would not cost you everything that money cannot buy. That friendship you mourned for months when it ended suddenly. If I had allowed it to continue, you would have been implicated in something that would have destroyed your reputation and stolen your peace for years to come. That person was not who they pretended to be. Their secrets would have become your chains if I had not intervened. I removed them from your life not to hurt you, but to protect you from a storm that was forming on the horizon. A storm you could not see. A storm that would have swept away everything you had worked so hard to build. My chosen one, I need you to understand something that will shift everything in your perception of what you have experienced. For the past 7 years, I have been running a divine construction project in your life. While you were weeping, I was building. While you were questioning my goodness and wondering if I had forgotten about you, I was positioning pieces on a chessboard you could not see. While you were doubting my love, I was preparing something so magnificent that your human mind could not have comprehended it, even if I had tried to explain it. 12 angels have been assigned specifically to your breakthrough. Not general angels sent on general missions to help humanity as a whole. 12 specific angels with 12 specific assignments designed to create the perfect conditions for what I am about to release into your life. The first angel has been clearing pathways that were blocked by generational curses. Things that plagued your parents and their parents before them have been systematically dismantled. Patterns that repeated for generations are being broken. You will not repeat the cycles that trapped your ancestors. You will not inherit the limitations that defined your bloodline. The second angel has been repositioning people who belong in your future. Some who were meant to help you had drifted too far away through the natural flow of life. They are being drawn back into your orbit, even as you receive these words. Connections that were lost are being restored. Relationships that were separated by time and circumstance are being reunited. The third angel has been protecting opportunities that were meant specifically for you. Jobs that should have gone to you years ago were held in divine suspension, waiting for you to be ready to receive them. Contracts that had your name on them were preserved against every attempt to redirect them to someone else. The enemy tried to steal what was yours, but this angel stood guard and would not allow it. The fourth angel has been preparing your mind for increase. There are levels of blessing that require mental preparation to steward properly. If I had given you everything at once, it would have destroyed you rather than blessed you. This angel has been expanding your capacity to receive without being overwhelmed. My beloved, the waiting was never punishment. The delays were never rejection. The closed doors were never evidence that I had given up on you. The waiting was preparation. The delays were protection. The closed doors were divine redirection toward something infinitely better than what you were pursuing. You were not ready 3 years ago for what I am about to give you. You did not have the character. You did not have the wisdom. You did not have the strength to steward what I had prepared. So I allowed the process to continue, even when it hurt you, even when you questioned my love, because I loved you too much to give you something that would have crushed you under its weight. Now the preparation is complete. The foundation has been laid. The infrastructure has been built. The network has been established. Every single thing that needed to be in place for your elevation is finally ready. The construction project is finished, and it is time for the grand opening. Here is what I need you to understand about the next 40 days of your life. This is not a possibility. This is a promise. I am not suggesting what might happen if things go well. I am not giving you false hope based on wishful thinking. I am declaring what will happen because I have already written it into existence with my own hand. Within the next 40 days, your financial situation will experience a supernatural shift that cannot be explained by natural means. I am not talking about a small improvement that makes things slightly easier. I am talking about a complete restructuring of how provision flows into your life. The very channels through which blessing reaches you are being reconfigured. Resources that were blocked by spiritual barriers are being released right now. Opportunities that were hidden from your natural eyes are being revealed. Debts that seemed permanent, that you had resigned yourself to carrying for the rest of your life, are about to be resolved in ways that will leave you absolutely speechless. You may feel a warmth spreading through your body as I speak these words over you. That is not your imagination. That is not wishful thinking. That is my presence confirming what I am declaring over your life. That physical sensation is the tangible manifestation of spiritual truth entering your reality. Someone who owes you money they thought you forgot about is about to pay their debt. An inheritance that was lost in paperwork and confusion is about to be remembered and processed. A door that requires no human connection, no networking, no knowing the right people, is about to open for you. And when it opens, you will know beyond any shadow of doubt that it was my hand that opened it. My precious child, the second promise concerns your relationships. Within these same 40 days, 2 specific people will enter your life. These are not random connections that might or might not lead to anything. These are divine appointments that were scheduled before you were born. These are people I specifically crafted to fit perfectly into the destiny I designed for you. The first person will come to help you practically in ways you desperately need. They will open doors that your own efforts could never open no matter how hard you tried. They will have access to rooms you could never enter on your own credentials. And they will use that access on your behalf because I will move their heart to favor you. The second person will come to heal something in your heart that has been wounded for far too long. This is not romantic, unless that is what you need. This is someone who will speak words your soul has been starving to hear. Someone who will see you in ways you have never been seen before. Someone whose presence in your life will restore things you thought were permanently lost. You have been lonely even in crowded rooms. You have felt invisible even when surrounded by people who claim to love you. This isolation ends now, not because you will suddenly become more social or more likable, but because the right people are being positioned to find you exactly where you are. The tears that are forming in your eyes right now, do not fight them. Do not wipe them away quickly. Do not be embarrassed by this display of emotion. Let them fall freely. Those tears are breaking something loose in the spiritual realm. Every drop is washing away residue from seasons that were meant to destroy you, but instead made you stronger. Every tear is carrying out toxins that have been stored in your soul for years. This is not weakness. This is release. This is cleansing. This is necessary. The third promise is about your purpose and your clarity. You have been confused about your direction for longer than you can remember. You have started things with great enthusiasm only to abandon them weeks or months later. You have dreamed big dreams in the night only to convince yourself they were foolish by morning. You have felt called to something greater, but could never identify what that greater something actually was. Within these 40 days, I am going to give you visions so clear that you will wonder how you ever lived without it. The fog that has obscured your path for years is lifting even now. The confusion that has plagued every major decision is ending. What seemed impossibly complicated will suddenly become remarkably simple. What seemed completely impossible will suddenly become absolutely inevitable. Before this month ends, you will receive a download of understanding that will organize everything you have been through. Suddenly, the pain will make sense in the larger context of your story. Suddenly, the delays will have obvious purpose you could not see before. Suddenly, you will see the blueprint that I have been following all along, and you will weep not with sorrow, but with awe at the intricacy of my plan for your life. My dear one, I have specific instructions for you. Pay very close attention. These are not suggestions for you to consider when convenient. These are not options to weigh against other options. These are direct instructions from the throne of heaven delivered straight to your heart, and your obedience will determine the speed at which your breakthrough manifests in the physical realm. First, there is someone you need to forgive. You know exactly who I am talking about. Their face just flashed across the screen of your mind. Perhaps their name even formed silently on your lips. The wound they caused has been festering beneath the surface of your life, infected, spreading poison into areas that seem completely unrelated. That unforgiveness has been blocking blessing that was meant for you. It has been acting as a dam, preventing the river of my provision from flowing into your life. Every day you hold on to that bitterness is another day your breakthrough is delayed. I am not asking you to pretend what they did was acceptable. Some of what was done to you was genuinely evil, and I saw every moment of it. I am not asking you to welcome them back into your life with open arms. Forgiveness and reconciliation are not the same thing. Some relationships should remain closed. I am asking you to release them from the prison of your bitterness, so that you can be released from the prison of your pain. As long as you hold them captive in your unforgiveness, you remain captive to what they did to you. Your freedom is linked to their release. Say their name out loud right now. Do not just think it. Speak it with your mouth, and then speak forgiveness over them. Not because they deserve it, not because what they did was understandable, but because you deserve to be free, and forgiveness is the key to your chains. This is not about them. This is about breaking the invisible cord that has kept you connected to your worst moments. The moment you release them, 7 years of blocked blessing will begin to flow into your life like a dam that has finally been broken. Second, there is something in your life that needs to be removed. It might be a habit you have fallen into that steals your time and peace. It might be an app on your phone that you turn to for distraction, but that leaves you feeling worse than before. It might be a substance you have been using to numb the pain instead of dealing with it. It might be a relationship that you know deep down is toxic, but you have been too afraid or too comfortable to walk away from. You know exactly what it is. The moment I mentioned removal, your spirit identified it clearly. Do not try to pretend you do not know what I am talking about. Do not try to negotiate with me about whether it really needs to go. The conviction in your heart right now is my spirit speaking truth to you. This thing has been occupying space that was meant for your breakthrough. It has been consuming energy that was meant for your purpose. It has been providing temporary comfort while stealing permanent progress. Every time you engage with it, you delay what I am trying to do in your life by another day, another week, another month. Within the next 24 hours, you need to remove it completely. Do not negotiate terms of gradual reduction. Do not create conditions that you must meet first. Do not tell yourself you will start tomorrow or next week or after one more time. The longer you wait, the harder it becomes. Do it now, while the anointing of this message is still fresh on your life. Do it while your spirit is still stirred. Do it before the enemy has time to talk you out of your freedom. Third, you need to declare your identity daily. Every morning before your feet touch the floor, before you check your phone, before you engage with the demands of the world, I need you to speak over yourself. Words have power that most humans do not understand. What you declare with your mouth shapes the reality you experience. Say these words out loud every single morning. I am chosen. I am protected. I am provided for. I am walking in divine purpose. My best days are not behind me. My breakthrough is not a possibility, but a promise. I am who God says I am, not who my circumstances suggest. The enemy has been speaking lies over you for years, and too often you have agreed with him. He has whispered that you are forgotten. He has insisted that you are too far gone for redemption. He has argued that you missed your window and your opportunity has passed to someone else. Those lies have been shaping your reality because you accepted them as truth without challenging them. Starting today, you will reshape your reality by speaking my truth over your life. You will drown out the lies with declarations of who I say you are. You will replace the enemy's narrative with my promises until your mind and heart align with heaven's perspective. My treasured one, let me speak directly to the deepest parts of your heart now. I know what they said about you when you were too young to defend yourself. I know the labels that were placed on you before you were old enough to understand their meaning. I know the names you were called that still echo in your mind when you are alone and the world is quiet. I know the moments when people looked at you with eyes full of disappointment and made you feel small, worthless, invisible, unwanted. Those looks carved themselves into your memory, and you have been trying to prove those people wrong ever since. But let me tell you the truth about those words and those looks. They were never true. Not a single syllable of those curses was rooted in any reality that matters. They came from broken people projecting their own brokenness onto you. They came from people who were so lost in their own pain that they could not see your value. They came from an enemy who used human mouths to speak destruction over a child he saw as a threat. You are not who they said you were. You are not the failure they predicted with such certainty. You are not the disappointment they claimed you would become. You are not too much for the right people. You are not too little for anything I have called you to. You are not too broken for my love. You are not too far gone for my grace. You are my masterpiece. You are my treasure hidden in an earthen vessel. You are the one I chose before time began to carry something so precious that hell itself trembled at the news of your birth. When you entered this world, there was a disturbance in the kingdom of darkness because they recognized the threat you posed to everything they had built. The family curse that has plagued your bloodline for generations ends with you. The patterns of poverty that trapped your ancestors stop with your generation. The cycles of addiction that claimed so many in your family tree are broken by the power I have placed inside of you. The broken relationships that have characterized your family for as long as anyone can remember are being healed in ways that will affect generations yet unborn. I am breaking chains that were forged before you were born. I am dismantling structures that were built across centuries to keep your family limited and defeated. I am rewriting the story that has been passed down from generation to generation, each chapter more hopeless than the last. Your children will not fight the battles you fought. They will start from a higher place because of what you endured. Your grandchildren will not carry the burdens you carried. They will inherit freedom instead of chains. The warfare ends with your generation because I am using your life as the turning point for an entire bloodline. My faithful one, I know you are afraid to hope again. I see the walls you have built around your heart. I understand why they are there. The last time you allowed yourself to believe things would get better, they got worse. The last time you trusted someone's promise, that promise was broken, and the pieces cut you deeply. The last time you opened your heart to possibility and let yourself dream, disappointment came crushing in and left you more damaged than before. So you learned to protect yourself by expecting nothing. You taught yourself that low expectations meant low disappointment. You convinced yourself that hoping was for naive people who had not yet been through what you had been through, who had not yet learned the lesson that life had so brutally taught you. But I am asking you to hope again, not blind hope that ignores the reality of what you have experienced, not foolish hope that pretends the pain never happened, but informed hope that is rooted in who I am and what I have promised. Hope that is based not on circumstances, but on my character. I have never failed. In all of history, across every generation, through every impossible circumstance, I have never once broken a promise I made to my children. My track record spans thousands of years and billions of lives, and it is perfect. My faithfulness is as certain as the sunrise. My word is more solid than the mountains themselves. And I am giving you my word right now. Your season of weeping is ending. The tears that have marked your nights are giving way to joy that will mark your mornings. Your night of sorrow is giving way to a morning of celebration. Your wilderness where you have wandered for so long is transforming into a garden of abundance and beauty. Not because you finally did enough, not because you finally earned it through suffering, not because you finally prayed the right prayer or found the right words, but because I am good, and my love for you does not depend on your performance. My blessing for you is not contingent on your perfection. The warmth you feel in your chest right now is my presence confirming these words. Let that sensation wash over you completely. Let it penetrate the places in your heart that have been cold and hard and protected for so long. Let it remind you what it feels like to be held by something greater than yourself, by someone who will never leave you no matter what, my cherished one. Do you remember what I said at the very beginning of this message? I told you that within 72 hours, a door that has been sealed shut for 7 years would swing wide open. We have journeyed together through revelation and instruction, through promise and preparation. And now we return to where we began, but with eyes that have been opened. That door is about to reveal something you have been waiting for longer than you can remember. Something you may have given up on. Something you convinced yourself was never going to happen for you. It might manifest as a phone call that changes everything in a single conversation. It might come as an email that answers prayers you prayed years ago and had forgotten you ever prayed. It might emerge through a conversation with someone who speaks a word that shifts the trajectory of your entire future. It might arrive as a sudden knowing, a download of clarity that reorganizes your entire understanding of what your life is meant to be. However it comes, you will know it is from me because it will carry my unmistakable fingerprint. There will be no doubt in your mind. There will be no questioning whether it was coincidence. You will recognize my hand as clearly as a child recognizes the hand of their parent in a crowded room. Go in power, my child, the same power that raised the dead lives inside of you right now. The same power that spoke galaxies into existence dwells in your mortal body. You carry resurrection power everywhere you walk. Go in purpose. The purpose that has been unclear and confusing for so long is about to crystallize into vision so sharp you could cut glass with it. No more wandering. No more wondering. Clear direction is coming. Go in peace. The peace that passes human understanding is your inheritance by birthright, and no circumstance can steal what I have given. No enemy can take what I have placed inside of you. No situation is strong enough to remove my peace from your heart. The 3 angels assigned to your doorstep are not leaving when this message ends. They will remain stationed there, protecting what is about to enter your life. They have been given strict instructions, and they will carry them out with perfect precision. The 12 angels overseeing your breakthrough are accelerating their work even now. What was moving slowly is now moving quickly. The heavenly construction project is in its final phase, and completion is imminent. Everything you walked through was building something you could not see. Every tear was watering seeds you did not know were planted. Every sleepless night was incubating a dream you had forgotten you dreamed. And that something, those seeds, that dream, all of it is about to be born into visible reality. I know you have heard promises before from many sources. I know you have been told things would change before. I know your heart has been bruised by hope that was deferred again and again until hoping itself became painful. But this is different. This is not a preacher giving you motivation to get through another week. This is not a book giving you temporary inspiration. This is not a well-meaning friend trying to cheer you up with words that do not change anything. This is the voice of the one who spoke galaxies into existence, telling you directly that your next chapter has already been written. And it is better than anything you have ever dared to imagine in your most optimistic moments. 72 hours. Mark this moment. Remember exactly where you were when you received this message. Remember how you felt when these words entered your spirit. Remember the tears that fell and the hope that stirred. Because when the breakthrough comes, and it is coming without any doubt, you will look back at this exact moment and understand that this was when everything changed. This was the turning point. This was the beginning of your new story. The waiting is over. The preparation is complete. The door is opening. I am with you. I have always been with you through every moment of darkness and confusion. I will never leave you or forsake you regardless of what you do or fail to do. And I always, without exception, keep my promises. Go now, my beloved. Go with the confidence of someone who knows they are chosen. Go with the assurance of someone who knows their future is secure. Go with the expectation of someone who knows that the next 72 hours will rewrite their entire story. The enemy thought he defeated you. He celebrated your tears. He laughed at your struggles. He was so certain that you would never recover from what he put you through. In the darkness of your hardest nights, he was already planning his victory parade. But he miscalculated. He did not realize that I was using every attack to strengthen you. He did not understand that every wound was creating capacity for greater blessing. He did not comprehend that the very things he meant for your destruction were the raw materials I was using to construct your destiny. He has been building the very weapon that will defeat him. You are not a victim of your circumstances. You are a victor who simply did not know the final score yet. Well, now you know. You win. You always did. You always will. The battle was already decided before it began. The outcome was never in question. The only unknown was when you would wake up to the reality that the one who fights for you has never lost a single battle in all of history. This is that awakening. This is the moment when everything shifts. This is the 72-hour countdown to the breakthrough you have been believing for since you first learned to pray. Rise, my precious one. Rise up from the ashes of what tried to destroy you. Rise into the fullness of what was prepared for you before time began. Rise and step into what has been waiting for you with patient anticipation. I am your Father who will never abandon you. I am your defender who will never stop fighting for you. I am your provider who will never let you lack what you truly need. I am your healer who is restoring every broken place. I am your waymaker who is even now making paths through impossible situations. And I am telling you right now, with all the authority of heaven backing every syllable that has been spoken over you, that your story is about to change in ways that will make your past pain worth every single tear you cried. Trust me, just a little while longer, just 72 more hours, and you will see with your own eyes that I was working all along when you thought I was silent. You will understand with your own mind that nothing was wasted when you thought it was all meaningless. You will recognize with your own heart that every moment of suffering was an investment in a joy so profound that the memory of pain will fade like shadows when the morning sun rises. I love you. Not because of what you do, not because of how well you perform, not because you have earned it through sacrifice or suffering. I love you because you are mine. I love you because I chose you before the stars were hung in the sky. I love you because before the foundation of the world was laid, I looked across time and space and all possible realities, and I decided that you were worth everything, worth my time, worth my attention, worth my son, and I always keep my promises, always, without exception, throughout all of history, for all of eternity. Go in power, go in purpose, go in peace. Your 72 hours begin now.